Okay, so ICT strategy versus an EA or a trading bot. Which one trades prop firms better? In this video, I'm gonna break down the pros and the cons of each and then ultimately tell you which one is better at trading prop firms and what I'm actually using right now to trade prop firms. So make sure you stick around right till the end because you might actually be surprised at the outcome. Okay, so how I'm gonna break this down is we're gonna look at some pros and cons of each, and then we are going to actually look at some statistics for each, and then we're going to talk about the conclusion and how I trade it. So first of all, I want to make it clear, guys, that this is specifically talking about trading prop firms. Which is better at trading prop firms? The ICT Silver Bullet, which is the manual trading strategy that I love and I've used and I've done a lot of videos on. If you haven't seen those, make sure you check them out. And then also talking about trading the EAs. In particular, I'll be talking about our very own Titan X and Titan AC here from Blue Hedge Financial. Let's first talk about some pros and cons of each. Okay, so let's start with the ICT Silver Bullet. Some of the pros of the ICT Silver Bullet are that you get to trade the same window every single day. For me, I like to concentrate for the most part on the New York AM session. So every day I know I come to the chart at the same time and I can potentially get into a setup. Now, I'm not going to be getting into a setup every single day, but I know that that's the hour that I need to just be sitting in front of the chart. So I don't have to watch the charts all day. And that's great because, you know, you don't have to have a huge amount of time to be doing this, and it is very successful as well. Another pro is you often have very high probability setups as long as you know what you're looking for, as long as you understand the ICT strategy, as long as you understand the Silver Bullet and how to look and find these setups, which actually will lead me to one of the cons, which is ICT trading in general is a lot to take in. It's a very steep learning curve. You've got to know a lot. You've got to understand a lot of different terminologies. So there's a lot to take in. Now, you don't have to know the whole of ICT's teachings to understand the Silver Bullet. That's why I went for the Silver Bullet, because it's a fairly simple ICT strategy to grab a hold of and to kind of run with. So it's not too difficult, but there is a little bit of understanding that you need there. You can't just like pick it up and run, you know? And then I'd say another con is maybe that it isn't as high a win rate that maybe people would be expecting. Like for me, who's been trading a long time, and I understand it, I get about a 60, sometimes a 65% win rate with it. Which is fine. I don't have the highest risk reward ratio. I'm on a 1 to 1.5 and I'm still taking partials. The win rate is good for me. I'm happy with it, but some people might struggle, you know, because they struggle with psychological issues with taking losses, and you do take losses, you know, it is going to happen. So maybe that is a con as well, that, you know, the psychology of it can actually get to you. Okay, with that being said, let's talk about EAs. Let's talk about EAs in general before we talk about Titan X and Titan AC, the Blue Hedge Financial EA. In general, EAs, the pros are that you don't really need to know much about trading. It trades on your behalf. It's entering and exiting mechanically, so it doesn't make mistakes. There's not much psychology that goes into it unless you're sitting there and watching it do everything. But if you just turn it on and walk away, you don't have to know what it's doing. So from a psychological point of view, that's good. And it's for the most part quite easy. You just set it up and let it do its thing. Some of the cons I would say is that generally speaking, these EAs are very good at trading a certain market condition. So maybe they're very good in trending markets, but they are not as good in, you know, ranging markets, or vice versa. Maybe they're good in ranging markets, but they don't really trade well when it comes to trending markets. So it kind of works for one, but doesn't necessarily work for both. And for most equity curves you go and look at for bots, for EAs, any of these trading systems, you'll see that they have a lovely equity curve. They often will go like that, and that's probably what you'll always be shown. But then most of the time when market changes, you have this massive drop off. So you have a very big win rate. So people like that, you know, sometimes 80, 85% win rate. But when it loses big. I've had this many times where, you know, you're trading, it goes up, and then it just like you basically blow an account. Now I want to speak about Blue Hedge Financial's EA called Titan X and Titan AC. It is very different because our EA actually trades very well in all market conditions. And how does it do this? We have a leaderboard system that is basically controlled by the community. The community themselves is constantly putting in their own set files, playing around with the settings, tweaking it until they get a set file that works very well for current market conditions. They upload it, and we have a leaderboard, and it goes like hundreds and hundreds of different strategies. And if you're looking at the top 10, no matter when you're looking at it, those are always perfectly fit for current market conditions. So we always are adapting with the market, and it always kind of trading well with current market conditions. So that's how ours is very, very different. With that being said, now let's jump over quickly. I'm going to have a look at some stats of the Silver Bullet. And let's go quickly now. Okay, so this is a back test, a massive back test that I did on FX Replay. And this is actually a test. I did all of these on a video. So you can actually go back to my ICT back test video. It's like an hour and a half. It's a very long video. And the reason being is there's 91 trades. I think on that video, I probably get through about 70 to 80 trades on the video. So a lot of these you will actually see play out. Now don't worry, I'm going to link this video at the end of the video, so make sure you watch right till the end. So if you haven't seen this, you can go and actually look at these trades play out. But let's have a look, guys. Okay, I started with $100,000. I took 91 trades. I had a 63.7% win rate, ended up with 62,000 profit. Now this was over a whole year, guys. So this is the first thing I want to talk about. This strategy I think is very good if you're trading this on your own personal account. I traded on the 1 minute. So the cool thing about it being a personal account, you can select your broker where you have very low spreads, so you can get in and out of these trades without, worrying too much about that. But trading it with prop firms, the problem with that is you can see most of the time you can get your 8% within a month, but a lot of times it's halfway there. It's you're not getting that full 8% for the first phase within a month, which is fine. For most people that's doable, but a lot of people nowadays, they just want to trade prop firms fast. And I kind of get that, right? Because prop firms nowadays, with all the issues that are going on, you just never know when the next one is going to shut down. So you kind of just want to make as much as you can, as fast as you can, or I do at least, while the prop firm's open. And talking about that, make sure you watch the last video I did. I speak about that, and I speak about how I trade prop firms like that. And because of that, people want to go a little bit more aggressive. People want to kind of get the pass quicker, make money quicker. So for that reason, the Silver Bullet, as good as it is, I think is maybe too slow for people. It's maybe, not getting there quick enough. The other issue is you're having to sit every single day. So for example, even these days over here that you see there's no trades, I still went through those days to make sure that there was no trade. But if I missed any of these days, let's say in this month, right, in Feb last year, if I missed this day, then I traded, okay, there's no trade. I traded that day, I got a loss. I traded that day, I got a loss. I missed the next day, right? I missed that day, it's a profit, but I missed it. Then I trade this day, it's no trade. I miss the next day, I miss out on profit. I trade, maybe I don't trade there, it's fine. I actually trade that day, so I get a little bit of profit back, and then I trade this day as well. So you can see that you have to trade every single day. And a lot of people, even though it's only an hour a day that you have to sit in front of the charts, sometimes things come up and you cannot sit there. So that's the issue for me. That's the only issue. If you are trading the Silver Bullet, you've got to be very consistent, very, very consistent. Okay. So now let's go and have a look at some stats for the EA, because that's the other part we're looking at. So we've gone over the pros, the cons. These are some stats. So the stats are very good, but I think these are stats you would rather have on a personal account or maybe a funded account, right? So maybe get your pass first, get to the funded account, and then switch over to this. And stick around, because I'm actually going to talk about that. So now let's go over to the EA. So here we go. You remember that leaderboard I was talking about? Here it is in all its glory. So I'm currently trading the FXify. I'm actually going to jump over to that because it's actually in trades right now. So you guys get to see a live demo of what's happening. I hope it hasn't closed the trade yet, so we can actually show you that. But first, let's have a look at some stats, right? So here we go. This is the leaderboard. So you can see over here, in the overall pass rate. So here you see overall percentage for the last 52 weeks, so the whole year, and then it's also for the last 12 weeks. So last 12 weeks, it's had a 91.94% pass rate, and that means getting to the 8%, right? 8%, no, sorry, for Effexify, it's 10%. So 91.9% of the time in the last 12 weeks, it's actually getting to that 8%. 62% of the time for the last year, which is still not bad. And that's probably just because of, like I said to you, markets change, right? So this probably has done very well in recent markets, but didn't do so well beginning of the year or last year, you know? So that's what I'm talking about. And that's why this leaderboard is so good. So let's have a quick look at some of the results. So here we go. You guys can see here. So here's all the information. So it's had 180 passes. It's had 106 fails, which is not bad. You know, you look at, if you're trading this manually, if you're trading any prop firm manually, especially the ones like FTMO and Effexify that are looking for 10%, you're not going to see these numbers with manual traders, trust me. And then look at the 12-week, 91%. And then it's showing you in the last 12 weeks, it's managed to pass this in an average of 4.5 days. 4.5 days, it's passing this. Then you've got your overall EPs hit and your average EPs in the last 12 weeks. EPs just means the amount of times essentially it hits its stop loss and then stops trading to protect your account, okay? And then you can see here, we've even got your starting days. So depending on what day you start, this is the average EPs hit for those days. So you've got all these stats, right? So this is the cool thing, right? That the EA is fantastic doing what it does, which is pass prop firms. So already you can see that I am actually leaning, and don't get me wrong, I love trading manually. I trade manually just to trade. I love the whole process of trading manually. So for me, you know, it's not easy to say that this is better at passing prop firms, but it just is. This is easier, is better because you don't have to worry. You pick your set file, and if you go to the last, let's go to the last 12 weeks. If we look here, guys, the last few weeks, it's done phenomenally well. Pass. It's just constantly getting these passes, right? So the other thing I want to talk about now as well, which is the biggest reason I am leaning towards using this EA in particular, is because we actually have introduced something called a hedge bot. What does that mean? The hedge bot is essentially an account, a live account that you put your own funds in that is hedging whatever happens on the challenge. And to explain that, I'm actually going to jump over to the challenge I have right now with Effexify. It's a 25K account. So let's go and have a look at that. All right, guys, here we go. You can see I'm currently down. This is actually, I'm in phase 2. I've passed phase 1 already. I'm in phase 2. It's not going so well for me, but that's okay. You know, this does happen. I'm currently sitting at, I'm 23,750. I'm down, what is that? Like 5% maybe? No, not even that much. Not even 4, maybe 4%. But the cool thing here is this is Titan AC doing its thing, right? It took a sell this morning. Initially, it went in the right direction. We were sitting in the positive, but it's turned around, and now we're sitting at negative 400. But here's the interesting thing, guys. This Plexi Trade account right over here is a live account with real money. Now, here's the interesting thing. When I started phase 2, this account was sitting on $333, right? It was sitting on $333. There you can see start balance over here, $333, right? With a couple of losses I've taken on the Titan has taken, look at my balance now, guys. My balance now, I'm currently sitting on $523. I've almost made $200 just because the Titan's not doing so great at the moment. So the crazy thing is, no matter what happens, I will, even if I end up losing this challenge and I end up failing the challenge, at that point, this account would have made me back all the money that I lost plus the challenge fee. So then I withdraw the challenge fee and I start again. So it becomes this rotation of never losing money and essentially just trading until you pass. So That is the true winner for me. That is what absolutely changes everything. I can't do that with the silver bullet. When I fail in the silver bullet, I fail and I lose the challenge fee. With this, I don't. So that is the absolute decider for me, that this is how I'm trading. This is how I'm trading prop firms, guys. And the cool thing is, because of the hedge bot, I still get to trade my silver bullet. How do I do that? So I am rolling these accounts, right? I'm going to be at a point where, I'm trying to get as many funded accounts as I can, because this now I can just keep on doing it. And I'm going to take 2 or 3 of my funded accounts and trade silver bullet, trade quite aggressively, because even if I lose them, I'll just start with the Titan and hedge bot again, right? So this is the cool thing, is I'm still going to get the best of both worlds. I'm going to be able to trade my silver bullet strategy on a funded account where there's no time limit, looking for maybe 3 or 4 or 5%, and then take my profit, reset, and just keep trading it that way. And those are the accounts I'm going to maybe try and grow and see if I can get to, the max on one of. So I think with Effexify, you can go up to, I think it's like 2 or 4 million. You can constantly grow an account, so I might do that. With 5%ers, you can go up to 500K. So if I start with a 100K, let's say, for example, or a 50K, I can just keep trading silver bullet. And if I do lose, I lose. It doesn't matter. I start again. So for me, which one is ultimately better at trading prop firms? It has to be Titan X and Titan AC. It does take the cake, and it hurts me to say that because I love the silver bullet, but it cannot compete with this, guys. It cannot compete with a system where there is zero risk. I mean, there's nothing I can say. There's nothing that silver bullet can do, but I do still get the best of both worlds. So as soon as I pass, I actually get to trade silver bullet on my other account, on my funded account. So if you guys stick around, if you keep watching, make sure you subscribe, because I am going to start bringing you some of those trades on the funded accounts when I start trading the silver bullet. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, because this is going to be amazing. I'm going to keep trading the Titan X and Titan AC with most of my funded accounts. So the idea is I want to get to 800,000 first, then I want to get to 1 million, and then ultimately I want to get to 2 million, and Titan is just constantly going to trade those. Now, if you want to see exactly how I'm going to trade, and this is very important, guys, how am I going to stack my accounts, and how am I going to do it in the current prop firm industry where, everything seems to be falling apart? Make sure you check out the last video I did, where I actually talk about my trading strategy when it comes to prop firms. Okay, that's it, guys. That's the video. For me, Titan wins, but I will never ever stop trading manually, because I love trading manually. And this is the way, if you guys have a manual strategy that you maybe are finding a little bit difficult to actually get to the pass with prop firms, but you still love your strategy, then look no further than this. This will pass the challenges for you. This will get the funded accounts for you, and then you can start having fun with your manual strategy. Okay, guys, that's it. Like I said before, guys, make sure you check out this video where I actually did that full back test with the silver bullet, so you can actually see all of those trades I talked about there. Yeah, with that being said, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please do subscribe. Please also like the video if you haven't liked it, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.